Hi, I have some journals to share today. I've made 3 and they are all 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. They are, I'm calling them vintage junk journals, traveler notebook insert style. So I've never made them before, but I've seen all of them made and I thought they were all so pretty and everybody said they're fun to make. So I thought, well, I've got to try my hand at this. So I will put a lot of the deets in the bottom, down below, the details, so that you will be able to read whatever you want to know about each one. But they are all made with tea-dyed papers and some parchment paper and some ledger paper. Some have doilies. I used tracing paper that was tea-dyed in all of them. The flips and, you know, the little flip corner pages, those are tea-dyed. The covers are made of 3 layers of 110-pound cardstock. However, each cover is printed on something new that I got. It's from Red River, and it's the linen photo mat cardstock. So it's 60 pounds. So 60 and 110 on the other two. I rounded all the corners so that they wouldn't get dog-eared and they'd be a little more stable. Okay. I think that's it. Let's go into the first one. And they will all be listed in my Etsy shop, and I'll list them below. List that link as well below. I put a simple jute string on this one because I thought it really matched the color of it. So it is lace covered on the binding. Here's the first page with a lace pocket. Inside, there's a large tag, a very large tag. And I did use, she put a grid pattern. I hope you can see that. She put a grid pattern in the kit. This is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, Summer Prelude. Inside, there's also This Journal Belongs To, and an envelope that comes in the kit. And in it, I put a vintage photo. And I think that's all that's in that one. Of course, all of this can be moved around at your, this is also printed on the linen, at your discretion, whatever you want. Make this your journal. There's the beautiful kit pages. These are all the digital pages, as I usually do, are printed on Red River photo mat paper. It's 26 pound, gives a beautiful image. I found a new stamp at Joann's, so I thought I'd add that. I love that. You can see that's tea-dyed and stamped. Here's a little flip up in the corner, and then in the pocket is a little tiny tag, a vintage ephemera envelope that I created in a design program, and a little sheet in there with lines so that you can use it for journaling. In the other pocket, and I think you noticed I've done some more of my spraying with my Lindy's, and so I made some little butterflies. And then in the back pocket, because there is a back pocket, you'll find another long sheet to do some journaling in, and then just a vintage ephemera. And let me look. That one, no, it wasn't. I did dye some of these, like, yeah, that one's not. Anyway, there's some tracing paper. You can see the pattern, the tea dye there. Isn't that beautiful? Here's a little pocket I made with some paper that I have from the side. I think it's from Michael's. In this pocket, you'll find a little child, another envelope, and it has just, again, one of those little sheets that you can do some journaling on. There you go. It has lines. Then there's a tag and another large sheet that you can do journaling on. So there is plenty of places to journal in this particular journal. There's my digital. I think this is vintage. I found it at the secondhand store, so this is a ledger sheet. There's some of my parchment paper that I put a little flower down here while I printed. It's a little stopper so that things that slide down into this belly band will stay in there. There's a little tag and a bigger tag, and then in here is another one with some paper to write on. Get in there. Some more stamping with the vintage birds. Here's an envelope. It's in the center of the journal. There's some ephemera that came in the kit, and then just another card that I've created. Okay, here we have another little pocket. This one definitely went through tea dyeing. Some of them got a little bit too crispy, so I didn't use them. Here's a little card. Here's a... Now, some of the ephemera in this one is from Nick the Booksmith, so in case I forget to mention again, I believe I only used it in this one. And there we have a little opening from some of the paper that I added to the kit so that it all coordinated together. There's a tuck spot and a lift down or a pull down little sheet to journal in. There's some more cards, and they just stick up in there. There's the journal pages. All of these have 40+ pages in them. Here's just a little pocket, a corner pocket that I made. Look at the pattern. I love the variation that I got. There's your Tiffany stamp. And a little tag, another envelope. I'm not sure what's in this one, so we'll take a peek. Oh yes, one from the kit. A gentleman, and a vintage gentleman. And then on the back side of these pages, I did put the grid. Some more there's some more tracing paper, and then some more of the parchment paper. There's a little pocket I created, or a little side pocket, yeah. I found this one on Pinterest. I thought it was pretty cool. A little bit on the steampunky side, I think, but it was pretty cool. Lace added here and there. And there you go. There's a back little tuck pocket, little side pocket with some ephemera in it. There you go. All right, so number 2 is the Lilacs in Bloom. It's a kit from Screech Owl Studio. It's lace on the edges again, on the binding. This one's pretty girly. There's lots of lace here and here and here. And then I put in the side a tag, "This book belongs to," and then an envelope, or the front of a postcard, I guess. And then a little dress. This also is from, I'll have to look it up. I can't remember. It might be Sue Olson. Probably Sue Olson. Then I found this lady on Pinterest. I thought she would look pretty there. I added some lilacs from that I found. Here's some. There's a glassine envelope or bag, whatever you want to call it. And then inside that, you can also put one back here, but not that wide. So there's another tag. I did all the edging on the cards with a lavender stamp. There's a doily. Beautiful page from the kit with some lines on this side. This is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, the lined paper. See, this one's really pretty. I've been dying to make a lavender, so here's another lavender one. This one's got a little bit of Wink of Stella on it. I started to put it on the front, so if you want it there, you can, but I decided not to. There's a little envelope, and it just has some tea-dyed paper inside to journal on. And in the back pocket, we have a really pretty tag from the kit, and some tickets from the kit. There's a page that I sized down from the collection, and a card, and a round circle tag. A little bit of Tim Holtz ladies here. Just a stamp. I'm not sure where I got that from. I don't believe it was in the kit. Anyway, here's just some paper that I had in my stash. So I made a little pocket. In the pocket is a little ledger sheet, a circle, another tag, and then an envelope with more tea-dyed paper in it. Pretty bicycle. Yvonne puts such pretty images. Here's a little stamp thing that I found and put on there. Here's a little girl from Tim Holtz. Here's just a little tuck. It's got some Wink Stella on it. Some more cards to journal on. And there's the center of this. There's a little upper tuck spot. Some cards in it. Some vintage lace on the edge here. Here's another little pocket I made with a tag and a card, a little postcard. Been sized down. Some more lace, the rest of the other side of the doily, a little pocket, cards from the kit, another lady from Pinterest that I thought would add a lot to this journal, so I added her. There's the other side of the tracing paper, and here's a pocket. It's filled up with some tickets, a little envelope with some more of the paper in there to be able to write on. And then just a little piece of vintage ledger sheet, a smaller size, that I found at my local thrift store. Okay. I shouldn't put them all back. It takes too long, huh? Parchment paper, and this is tea-dyed. Here's another little side pocket with lace here. And then you could stamp what you wanted on that one, and there's room to journal on all of them. Okay, that's that one, number 2. Get in there, lady. And then number 3 is from Old Country Charm, and it's a Dreams, etc. Again, it has some lace, and it looks vintage to me. Got it at the secondhand store, so it probably is. I just put a tie on this one. On this one, I did attach it, but if you don't want the tie, you could simply just cut right along the edge and it would come off. Okay, so that, look at the color. This paper from Red River is just gorgeous. Look at the color pop on that. Isn't that something? Okay. So inside this we have some lace. I did a lot more lace in this. I printed This Journal Belongs To up here. And the story begins. You could certainly write whatever you wanted there as well. There's a little belly band with a stopper, and in that I put this large card from the kit. A lot of these I've just printed out the page cut to that size to make cards from the kit, from the pages of the kit. There's another little pocket and a tag, another card, and another big tag. Here, let's just do that. There's another tea-dyed page. Look at the gorgeous color on that Red River paper. This is tea-dyed paper. There's a little pocket, some paper I added, little lace here. There's another little piece of a ledger. There's a card. I love that house, and I love all the street names. Another little tag, and then here's a little pocket, and in it is one of the little cards that she makes to go in these pretty little petal pockets. Ledger paper. This is grid paper, and you can't see the lines very much, but I like how crinkly it came out. Okay, here we have a corner flip up with all the doodads that I've used. You can see a little tiny card, a tiny tag, all laced up and pretty. Then there's another one of the petal pockets with the card that matches it. And in the back, we've got this tag from the kit and this tag from the kit. I used Martha Stewart punches on the edges there. Another pretty page with some lace for a tab. And another little sheet of the kit itself that I downsized to make this. So there's a little side loading pocket with a little rose I added, and then the little teeny tiny page and tags and that I made double-sided. Okay, here's an envelope that I put in the kit. I'm going to take the paper clip off. It has some pink ribbon on it. In this large pocket, we have this page. I think it's a page. Here we go. Yes, there you go. And then a card. And it's a large pocket, so it would hold lots and lots. On this side is just a little flip that you could flip over and journal on if you wish. Another little, the other side of the page, fussy cut out the little gal and the rose and the horsey. There's a couple of little tiny cards to journal on. That's ready. And this one has that stamp on it. Beautiful, beautiful page. The doily. Here's another little pocket that I fussy cut the top of the rose out so that I could cut this part down. And in the front, a card and a couple of tags. And in the back, this is a glassine bag, and it's got some lace up here. And here's a tall tag. You also could put something back here, but it has to be narrower than the bag, and this just barely fits. On the other side here, we can see, oh, next page. See the one side of an envelope, and on the other side is the other. And inside of it, let's see, I'm not sure if, I think I put the card. Yeah, the card that goes with it. And it is out of cardstock. It's got a little bit of lace on that one too. Here's a little spot that I made by fussy cutting around that and attaching it to that page. So we've got a little bit of ledger sheet and this double-sided, like a tag. From Ephemera's Vintage Garden, I used the turquoise. And the back of, nope, not the back page, it just looks like it. All right, here's another little pocket with another sheet that's downsized that you can journal in, and a tag with a Tiffany stamp on it. And there's some parchment and some of that grid paper that's so nice and crispy, almost like tracing paper, but more easy to write on. Another little side pocket with quite a few little pieces of ephemera in it. And another, oh, this is just another piece of ephemera as well. Okay, that's all three of them. This has its own little ribbon. I'll show you them again. I'll put more facts in the link below. So thanks for stopping by. I really enjoy your comments, so thank you for leaving them. They're always so sweet and encouraging. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I love to answer them. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already a subby, I hope you will consider it. You have a good day now. Thanks. Bye-bye.